Hi, Air Science, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Those cross-watching in today's reading, we are going to take a look and see what's going to unfold for you in the next 24 to 48 hours. It is going to be a general reading. If you're after a personal one, feel free to reach out. My email address will be listed below the video. Oh, wow. You've come up as the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. It's an interesting message that I get for you, but I feel like I think what you need to do here is not do much at all, if that makes sense. I see that especially with Temperance and the Hangman's energy. I feel like sometimes not taking any action is the best course of action, and I think this is where you're at, air signs. I feel like it's so important, from what I'm seeing, it's so important for you to be very patient right now. I think there's a lot going on in your energy. You've got the Three of Swords, you've got the Four of Swords, a lot of it which doesn't necessarily feel very comfortable, okay? There is some sort of inner turmoil, there is some sort of turbulency in your energies here, especially with regards to your emotional and perhaps even your mental state. You might find yourself like your thoughts may be racing. You might find yourself being unable to sort of still or quiet your mind. After all, you are an air sign, you are governed by mental energy. You guys do have this you guys process a lot of thoughts within the space of one day alone, and I think you've been really overwhelmed lately from what I'm seeing. And I think it's just important to, when I say not do anything, I think it's important for you to really allow for the next, especially right now, as I do this reading, just really allow these emotions and all of this thinking and overthinking and this analyzing and overanalyzing to sort of, allow it to flow through you and then out of you. Okay, so, no holding back on your thoughts, no holding back on emotions. It's just really, it's almost like, witnessing everything that's going on and sort of just allowing it all to flow through you, okay? I feel like for some of you, I think that there's a lot that you might want to get done, okay? And I think that you've got a lot of ambitions, you've got a lot of plans, and I think for some of you, you might be feeling as though there are certain things that aren't necessarily unfolding in your timeline. Like maybe you wish certain things would have happened yesterday already. Maybe you would have, maybe you don't necessarily, you saw things play out very differently to how they currently are. Maybe with a certain romantic energy, maybe with the drop, with the job, sorry, or with a certain personal endeavor. But just remember, sometimes just because something is being delayed, it doesn't mean that that very thing is being denied to you. And just because some things aren't happening in your timeline, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen at all, okay? Who's to say that your timeline is, correct? The universe does have some very important and special plans for you, and this is why I feel like you have to be patient. There is some sort of, there's this magic about temperance, almost this alchemy, okay? And you have to understand that there is some magic that is happening for you behind the scenes, okay? You can't see it because it may not be visible to you, okay? And you might not have evidence of this magic, this alchemy show up in your life just yet. You will, so this is why you need to be very patient. There are certain things that are on their way to you. Have they been delayed? Yep. Have they hit a detour? Yes. Are they taking a little bit longer than you would have liked? Yeah. Okay. But be patient because it is on its way to you. So, that dream job that you want, it's in your destiny. It's on its way to you, and you're attracting, okay? You're attracting the right and opportunities that will line things up for you. That ideal partner that you want, okay? That lover and that best friend, he or she is also on their way to you. Okay, they might have gotten a bit lost, they might have hit a bit of a detour and got off track, but they are coming, okay, or they are coming back. that goal that you want to chase, okay, or that personal endeavor of yours. Okay, things may have been a little bit delayed or pushed back, but you can, or you might have failed, but you can still try again. It just feels like you need to be a little bit more patient with yourself and with the universe as well. Um, I see a lot of things happening for you, okay? And I think that there are certain setbacks that you have experienced that honestly do really seem like they're blessings in disguise. Notice with the hangman, the way the halo wraps around his head. Now, this is a reference to the sun. And, there's this artful mannerism in which he hangs himself upside down the tree. Because of the way that he's hanging and this, artistic way about it, we're inclined to think that he's put himself up there. And the reason why he's done so is because, it's in life, it's so important to look at things from a different perspective, okay? Look at things from a different angle. And I think that with regards to your current situation right now, guys, if you took a step back, okay, or even several steps back, you would actually see things very differently, okay? If you shifted your focus to something else, maybe to the positive rather than the negative. Maybe if you saw the glass as half full rather than half empty, or better yet, see it as refillable, it is going to magically and miraculously change your circumstances, okay? And it's going to change how you feel. It's going to change how you feel about yourself, how you feel about a certain person or about a situation, or I feel like it's going to shift a lot of things for you internally and externally. And that's why I feel like over the next 24 to 48 hours, hold off. If you are thinking about making any big decision, especially if it's a decision that is fueled by negative emotions. So if you're hurting, if you're in pain, if you're angry, if you're a little bit frustrated, it's probably not the best emotional state to act from, okay? Let those feelings, don't repress them, acknowledge what you're feeling, but let it flow through you, let it flow out of you. It would also be great if you can find some sort of creative outlet, okay? Maybe, I don't know, like journaling or writing, or even exercising, whatever works with you, whatever you respond to best. That could also be a very good way of sort of releasing all of these emotions and all of these energies from out of you. I also see that I get tears, and I don't know if you're going to be in a position where shortly after this reading you might find yourself being quite emotional, not because of the contents of this reading, but I just think where you're at. There's nothing wrong, with letting these emotions flow out of you. It's better that you do this, allow for this emotional cleansing and purging to happen. So get it out of your system. Because whatever you hold on to, any negative emotion or any emotions in general that are being repressed, you might bury them for a while, but they will always resurface. They will always come back to haunt you. And you don't want that, okay? You don't want to carry, this heavy weight of regret, or this heavy weight of some of these negative emotions. So, I do see some of you, I don't know if it's due to communication that you might receive. I see some of you being a little bit tearful or a little bit emotional, maybe even a little bit sensitive. You potentially could for some of you, I feel like you might potentially be getting in touch with someone whom I think this energy is connected to you, okay? And I think this person has caused you a lot of pain. It could be an ex, it could be someone that broke your heart, someone who has hurt you and who hurt the relationship that you had with this person. But I see that there may be contact or communication there, and maybe it's because you're missing them, or maybe they may say something very insensitive. I don't know. I just feel like there's still some sort of there's a connection there. There's also something with the Five of Pentacles energy. I feel like the cards want to strongly let you know that, all hope is not lost. So just because things might seem a little bit, if you feel like a little bit in the blues, or if you feel like, especially for those of you, if you feel like if there's something that you've lost, I feel like you're going to recover it. So if it's like a tangible object, if you've lost it, if it's like a ring or a pendant, a bracelet, or a charm of some sort, or if you just you feel like you've misplaced something, I feel like you're going to recover it. I see it being recovered, but I also feel like you need to not look in the last place you put it, but I just think you need to I don't know, I think you need to really sit down and focus on this object, and I think, or ask the universe to show you. Sit down and really focus on this object, whatever it may be, and ask the universe to show you, and it will come to you. Okay. If you've if you've entered any competitions and if you haven't necessarily been very successful, or if you haven't placed, if you've not received any placements, don't worry, because don't stress, don't upset yourself too much about this, because I feel like what you gained, like the experience or maybe the feedback that you've gained from this is far more valuable perhaps than the placement itself. Okay, it just feels like whatever you feel like is a loss here is actually it's a win. Okay, and there is this Five of Pentacles, there is this situation, or if it's with a romantic energy, it's just all hope is not lost, even if it may feel and seem like that. It isn't. Okay, there is still hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think the universe is about to show you this. Alright guys, and these are your messages. Thank you for watching and listening. Please show your support by liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel. Bye.